And to you who don't know me, I'm Charlotte Mbu from the Geneva Learning Foundation, and I know many of you have been receiving mails from me. We are sorry because to be bothering you with so much mail, but we just think it's important for you to get timely information on what is going on as far as the Teach to Reach conference is concerned. And just to say, this is welcome today to the Teach to Reach Accelerator Partners check-in and also the sponsorship. Today is the 8th of January 2021. And if you're just joining, once again, a warm welcome. So I just want to rapidly run you through the briefing, the stage at which we are as far as preparing for the conference is concerned. We are actually at D18, that is 18 days to the start of the conference. That's on the 26th of January 2021. And at this point, those who received invitations for this session, of course, they are partners, sponsoring partners, and also those who expressed the desire to participate and present during the conference, and also those who proposed, who submitted session proposals for the conference. So they were all invited to take part in this partners check-in of this day, and we'll just be going for about 30 minutes. So I don't want to speak for long. I just want to brief you on where we are as far as the organization is concerned, and then give you time for your questions or any other concerns you want us to address. So far we have 2,573 immunization professionals that have already registered for the conference. 1,211 Francophones, 1,362 Anglophones, and this so just to say, these are not the latest figures because registration is still ongoing up till Sunday, the 10th of January. So we are sure that these numbers are going to be higher by the time we close registrations next week. And as far as the organizing committee is concerned, we have over 230 organizing committee members from 35 different countries. And some of them are actually in the room now, taking part in this partners briefing. So they are volunteers that volunteered to work with us in organizing this Teach to Reach conference. And I want to say one welcome to our very own Alain Blaise Tatinku. Alain Blaise, it's great to have you join us in today's session as a partner. All right, so we have 24 global and regional partners that have also registered so far and have indicated they are both Anglophone and Francophone partners who have indicated their interest in participating in this conference, and those are listed, the list of those partners on your screen in alphabetical order. Now, for the participants who have registered for the conference, we have that's the list of the Francophone participants from various countries. Some of them are actually from English-speaking countries, but surely Francophones in those countries. And here's a list of the Anglophone participants who have registered to join the session per country. If you want, afterwards we could share the slide deck also, as well as the recording of the session. Now, so what do we consider a conference? Who is a conference? When we talk about conference partner, what do we actually mean? So these are invited speakers and workshop facilitators who will be asked if the organization wishes to be listed as a partner. That's including logo permission if time allows, and then also those who join as partners, sponsoring, that is, so they'll have conference tickets are free, for country-based partners and staff. Their conference tickets will be free for those who indicate that they belong to a particular country. And then we also have partners from international organizations working at global and not country level. That will receive a limited number of free tickets to be shared with colleagues in their organizations and networks. So I know some of the partners in attendance went through this process. So we are going to look now at the structure of the conference. What will it look like? Just to say that we will be using a platform that is different from the Zoom that we know, that's called Hopping, that offers a possibility for us to have a plenary scene, that's where we hold plenary sessions, and then there will be sessions where we'll have country workshops and thematic workshops, and then we'll have expo booths where partners and as well as TGL can present, that is can put up resources and materials where people can visit and take a look, and then there'll obviously be the possibility for networking on each of the days. Now, looking at what do we mean? What are the country workshops? What's that all about? So we will be inviting country team leaders from about 24 countries to present and report on country team progress, their challenges and their successes. And though also the team leaders will complete the acceleration report. That's part of the Impact Accelerator reporting, especially after the Impact Accelerator that we held last September, October, after the COVID-19 Peer Hub exercise, one exercise. And then we'll have, we are working to ensure the involvement of Gavi, country management, and then we have country offices and global partners and other global partners that to take part in the country workshops. Now, looking at the thematic workshops, we'll have a thematic workshop on Teach to Reach project implementation, and we know that 96 Teach to Reach Anglophone scholars have actually reported that they have completed their project implementation. For the Francophones, we had about 74 scholars. So we'll be inviting some of them into a panel to share their success stories. So we are actually going through those now, and we'll be inviting some of the scholars to the panel to present their success stories during this particular thematic workshop. And then we'll have a training, a stream on training and supervision for COVID-19 vaccine country readiness. And we have 176 scholars that have expressed interest in this, and that are actually working on training and supervision. So this session will be led by the WHO. COVAX Act Focal Points. This will also be an important workshop during the Teach to Reach conference. And then we have the health system strengthening. So 58 scholars actually said they are involved in HSS activities in their various countries. So there'll be a workshop in these on these led by Gavi. And here we had almost all participants indicated who registered for the conference indicated that they are interested in health systems strengthening, especially those belonging with the Council of Learning Leaders. And then we have the thematic workshop on pivot, that's pivot training during the pandemic. So 71 scholars indicated that they had to pivot, that's to adapt or develop resources in digital format for remote training and supervision during the pandemic. So we have 71 scholars that indicated that. So there is going to be a thematic workshops on this. We're actually going through, we'll be inviting some of them who really have succeeded, who reported that they have been able to improve upon their performances during the pandemic because of this adaptation. So we are looking forward to that. And then there is learning innovation. So because Teach to Reach is also about innovation, and we have 200 scholars that reported that have success stories to share about innovative ideas that they were able to develop and implement during this year. So we are also actually going through those, and we'll be inviting them to the panel. And I'll just be inviting you in a short while to feel free to ask any questions that you have concerning the presentation or concerning the conference. All right, so now I would like to talk about the process of for selection for the panel, for the thematic workshop. So we asked people to propose sessions for the various workshops, the thematic workshops, and we are asking scholars to invite to share more details of their stories. So those who said they had a particular story, something to share, we're asking them to give us more details. And then we have the conference team, that's the organizing committee, and TGLF will then be reviewing review and invite panelists from those who share their stories. The stories will be compiled and shared afterwards, or even added to the resource folders for the conference. Now, as far as concerning as far as the sessions were concerned, we asked people to send out sessions proposals. We received several of them, so we are actually going through, and there are some that will be retained. But for the sessions that may not be retained, we'll be encouraging those who propose those sessions to feel free to join and support other closely related sessions, because many sessions were proposed on the same themes or maybe on similar thematic areas. So we may not be able to address all of this. We may not be able to address, considering that the conference is just for 3 days. So we are taking note of all of those. So we'll just be inviting those whose sessions are not retained, that they should join others with similar themes. So the role of the organizing committee during the conference is specific roles will be for facilitation, a rapporteur to be taking down notes, and the support team offering. Since I said earlier, we'll be using the platform hopping, so it may be necessary to offer some tech support to those who are in need. So they'll be occupying these roles during the conference. And so earlier on, I talked about the session proposals that the organizing committee members' proposals will be approved. We are actually doing the review, and if the criteria to be met is actually if they are aligned to the Teach to Reach purpose and focus. So as from Monday next week, we'll be doing the Teach to Reach, the first rehearsal on Monday, and we'll be using the conference platform, which is Hop-In. So we are inviting all the partners, if it's possible for you to join at 5 p.m. Geneva time. So the invitation for today's checking, actually I had also the link for this rehearsal. So there will be 3 rehearsals before the start of the conference. So if you can join any one of them, that will really be great for you to familiarize yourself and ask all possible questions that could be asked concerning the functionalities associated with this particular platform. So it would be great if you could join us for these. And now we also have sponsorship opportunities that are available. So we have the gold sponsors. For the gold sponsor, goes for lead input and discussions with conference attendees for half a day through plenary inputs and discussion, and you may have your own organizational booth and breakout sessions and workshops during the conference. For a silver sponsor, will lead one plenary room presentation, lead dedicated breakout session each day, connect with conference attendees through your own organizational booth, carrying your content to capture leads and connect participants to your website. And then we have a bronze sponsor will connect with conference attendees through your own organizational booth, carrying your content to capture leads and connect participants to your website. And all of these opportunities are also associated with certain number of tickets. Now, Laura, you have a comment on the chat. Say thanks for this useful update. Given that a few countries have many more participants than others, how will TGLF ensure some equity of context representation so that there isn't a bias to particularly larger countries that are not representational of the smaller ones and could dominate the discussions? Actually, I think that's a very good question, Laura, that we have actually been considering and looking at, and we are working towards a process in which there will be to ensure equity. So I'm sure in the coming weeks when we'll present the program, the detailed program of the conference, you'll see how we have addressed this issue. So basically, that's all that we prepared for the briefing, and I've spoken for over 60 minutes. I'm just going to shut up now so that to give you the opportunity for your comments, your questions, and then we have other members of the team that are also in this call if there are any other things that they want to add. So please feel free. You have the possibility of unmuting yourself or just simply raising your hand so that there will be some form of orderliness. So, and thank you, Reda. I see you've also answered to Laura on the chat. So the country teams are like the Senate. There is one team and each one gets the same bandwidth, no matter the size. Exactly. Exactly. All right, so if now the floor is open to you for questions and comments, and I want to encourage, okay, so I see the question from Liz on the chat. Thank you for those. Do you have a social media toolkit or relevant hashtags to help promote the conference? So yeah, so the hashtag is hashtag Teach to Reach. Thank you, Reda. And we'll be doing some some live sessions over the coming weeks on our social media platform, Facebook. So I'm sure we could also share the links to those, to. Okay, okay. All right, thank you, Liz. And thank you, Laura. So with over 600 Nigerian participants, 200 GRC, it will be interesting to see how that compares with countries that have 20 or less. So, all of those countries, even one thing is with all of those countries, even those that have lesser participants, they are all working together. Some of them, they're actually holding their meetings, preparing. So, so we are actually looking forward. I too am looking forward to seeing what we are going to get from there. And I also want to recognize the presence of partners who are actually joining us this week for the first time. Rebecca Fields, we have, and earlier on, and Sarah that are joining. So please feel free to ask your questions if you have any. And so, so I would like to turn towards the partners that are present in the room. I invite you to please introduce yourself and maybe tell us one or two things that you'll be bringing along to the conference, because some of you will actually be having some sessions, some workshops in the conference. So I would like to start. I'm going to start with just as maybe it appears on my screen. So I'll start with you. I have Alain Bless, so it's kind of like alphabetical order. So I'll just start with Alain Bless Tatsinku. That's
yeah, thank you, Charlotte, and thank you to see that like we are really getting ready to that, and I can see that I was really happy to see how country team are really working hard to have the conference happen with the support of all the partners. I think that is critically important. Before I will start to I will talk what will be our contribution. Then I will invite Rebecca here, who would then highlight what we will be doing. But we really came here to see how we fit into the whole picture, and also maybe Laura later on. So Yeah, I think it's a pleasure to be here. So, Rebecca, if you would like to maybe,
Sure.
yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. And thank you so much, Charlotte, for convening this really helpful discussion. My name is Rebecca Fields. I am the technical lead for immunization for USAID's Momentum project that focuses on routine immunization. It is called MRIGHT, Momentum Routine Immunization, Transformation and Equity. And in conjunction with coordination with USAID, which has a number of other projects under the Momentum umbrella, a suite of projects that include immunization within them. We are working to organize a Momentum-wide session on that we're just discussing right now, and I think we'll have the opportunity to discuss it more with you early next week. But we're thinking about something that captures the respective contributions and areas of work of the different Momentum projects on capacity building around COVID-19 and specifically innovations in capacity building, recognizing that for COVID-19, we face new and different types of challenges, and it requires reaching out to new and different types of people who, private sector practitioners, for example, people who maybe have a better opportunity to reach older populations and so forth. And so we were thinking about organizing a session that speaks to some of the innovative approaches that we are embarking on right now. We are new projects really, but that we are embarking on right now to try to face some of these special challenges associated with COVID, special challenges related to capacity building. And I know that Sarah Zizzo from USAID is on the line as well. And I don't know if it's out of turn, Charlotte, to maybe ask Sarah. I don't know. Thank
Yeah,
you.
please. Thank you very much, Rebecca. And I was just about to turn towards Sarah Zizzo to also introduce herself. So please, Sarah, just go ahead.
Sure. Thank you very much, Rebecca and Charlotte, for the warm welcome. I'm recognizing we may be joining a bit late, but we're very excited with our projects to effort. I think just for our learning and understanding as we get up to speed, it would be really useful if you could share those slides. I'm representing my colleagues at USAID here in Washington that call today. So I think that would help me to relay this information to them. Also to determine, thank you, Laura, for the question about the field partners. This is quite ambitious, but I know we have participated in these conferences in the past and we're very excited to meet you today. I don't have anything to add. Rebecca is really leading technical sessions, but we are here to support in trying to figure out parameters around what that means. And so I think we'll be able to confer with our colleagues and perhaps take you up on the offer for a call early next week and clarify some of these things. But thank you so much for having us today.
Okay, thank you very much, Sarah. And just to reassure you, the slide deck as well as the recording of the meeting will be made available. So I'm going to turn now towards Karine Doche. I hope I'm getting your name right. Karine, if you can unmute yourself. And just would like to know. It's like we lost Karine. She's no more in the room. So I'm going to turn towards Hamid Reza. That's from Gavi in Nigeria. Gavi, Nigeria. Please, can you unmute yourself? Okay.
Hi, and thanks for organizing. I just joined a little bit late, but it's great to see this moving, and we hope that we have strong participation from Nigeria, and this results in the betterment of the people. So really looking forward, and congrats for managing it so far. Over.
Thank you very much. And just to say, the Nigerian organizing committee members are working very hard, as well as the Nigerian Scholar team. And I'm sure they will have a lot to contribute during the conference. So I'll turn now to Laurie Lee Sandman.
Hello, all. I appreciate this overview. That's very helpful to see how uh, we will potentially be participating in this very ambitious conference. I'm Laura Lee Sandman, representing a team from the University of Georgia that had the opportunity to evaluate the ITCH sessions as a learning innovation. And we would like to be proposing to explain the results of our evaluation, which explored who participated in the ITCH sessions, what were the impacts of doing so, and also then what are some recommendations and lessons learned for other people to think about as components of this learning innovation are incorporated in other ways.
Thank you very much, Lori Lee. And I'm going to turn now towards Palenfo. Palenfo, please, can you unmute yourself?
Hi, Charlotte. Can you hear me?
Yes, fine.
Yeah. Hi. So thank you for this invitation. So by our side, we are still working with some country, especially Francophone country, because this conference is also bilingual. So they are trying to get mobilized to prepare something to have to share with others during this this conference. Currently, I'm on transit. I'm traveling, so I will try to meet also some participants in the country where I'm going. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much, Palenfo. And I know you are. That is, you have regular contact with some of most of the country teams, especially in the French-speaking Central and West Africa, right? So now I'm going to turn to Mary Kate Chandler.
Hi, thank you for having me on this call. I am a representative from IVAC, the International Vaccine Access Center at Johns Hopkins. I'm working with Chizoba, and we are under the Momentum Grant mentioned earlier, and we're working on a stream of work referred to as Build Back Better, and focusing on collecting and presenting learnings from the COVID-19 experience. And I'm very excited about the possibility of participating, and I'm not sure how much more I have to share, but I'm really happy to be on the call, and thanks so much.
Okay, thank you very much, Mary Kate, for being here, and we are looking forward to actually learn on what you exactly are doing. So right now, I just want to turn once again to Laura Shimp. I know you were with us for the Teach to Reach Level 2 certification, but it would be good for those who are in the room to know you. So.
Yeah, hi, Laura Shimp. I'm the director of our immunization center at John Snow Incorporated, JSI, and we have programs in immunization support for routine immunization strengthening, for new vaccine introduction, and now, of course, rolling out to help the COVID-19 vaccine preparations across the globe. And I know that several of the scholars have been part of our country teams, which we're really excited about, and I think Sohini's on the line. So just excited to see this move forward, and looking forward to the different modalities that you're using to have exchange, because there are a lot of participants in a short time. So, we appreciate the work that this requires for the Geneva Learning Foundation to coordinate and organize, because we do really want to make sure that we're able to look across what the various countries will need when their contexts are so different. I guess one other question that I had was language also. What's, I know you've done a great job with having English and French courses and differentiation, so that's great too. Is that going to happen with this one? And also, what about our poor Lusophone colleagues who always kind of get short shrift in this for the Portuguese and Spanish for that matter. Thanks.
Oh, okay. So thank you very much, Laura. It's always a great pleasure to have you and to listen to you. So right now I'm going to turn towards Reda. He's been with us from the start of the session. So Reda, I think you have something to say, and you'll also be addressing Laura's question directly.
Yeah, so Laura, thanks for, in two instances, sort of on the scale and the disparities between countries and on languages, pointing to two key challenges that I'm guessing you have, you're intimately familiar with. Short answer is on the languages that, will, the French and language tracks will not look the same. At this stage, we do not have capacity for our Lusophone colleagues, much to our dismay. And the French, unfortunately, finding equivalents for the global subject matter expertise for global and regional partners, I think that's a perpetual struggle. We will do everything we can. We really want there to be parity, and we're challenging our WHO colleagues on that as well. Both at HQ and for the region, so those are some of the answers. I want to emphasize that, and thank everyone, first of all, Charlotte, for taking us through this briefing, and then for the partners for, yes, this is Teach to Reach, which has a long history back to 2015 with a series of hotel-based conferences that were wonderful events. This is the first time that there'll be such a conference in a digital space for Teach to Reach. And that's not the only difference, as I'm sure you've been able to ascertain. We're really trying to look at learning and teaching and capacity building through the lens of the urgent needs that we have today. So really looking at, the business needs and where learning, teaching, capacity building, that set of tools, lenses, approaches, frameworks, and wonderful people who are committed to using them can actually make a difference. And then we're very much, through the country teams. So there are 24 scholar country teams. There are 35 countries involved with where there are scholars involved with organizing Teach to Reach. Some teams are very large, well organized, well functioning. Others are still trying to find their way. They'll each have equal status. And what we do a lot of peer learning, as you know. Teach to Reach, the intent is that for the first time, country teams are going to be presenting, reporting on their progress, for example. And so we expect a lot of peer learning, but the key is actually making sure that in the room, there are also global and regional and country partners. There's otherwise it's speaking in a kind of echo chamber between national and subnational staff. And there's a lot of value to that. But what we're trying to do with Teach to Reach and where we most need your help is making sure that decision makers, budget holders, so people who can influence the way things go, can actually take time out to listen to what these informal groupings have been doing in countries. There's some remarkable stories that really should be better known than they are now. So I'm especially pleased to see Hamid Reza from Gavi. We're hoping to, we're engaging a number of people in Geneva at Gavi to really try to make sure that senior country managers, can at least, understand like why this is so significant, this opportunity to have in the same room a group of people from the country that they support, who may not be the usual suspects, who are not the folks from the central planning, and in a way that's different. So whether that will be productive or not, we shall see. But at least I think, given the urgency of like trying new things, finding better, faster, more effective ways to get work done with COVID-19 vaccine introduction or with zero dose communities. Just to take those two examples, we're hoping that everyone here, every one of the partners will understand that a lot of this is generative, meaning we are building the plane as we fly it. There will be kinks, there will be limitations, there will be frustrations, but we believe it's really worth trying, getting at least 2,500, probably more than 3,000 country-based staff in the room, or in a bunch of rooms, and having the kind of dialogue that we certainly feel can be productive if everyone pitches in and sort of accepts that it's not going to be perfect. It's not going to be what we all wish for, but it might contribute to helping us figuring out how to get there. So thank you. I've been a bit long, but I hope you can hear our little team is working very hard to make this conference, to pull the different strings of this conference together. So, and we really, really appreciate your support. And hopefully next week, we'll be announcing the our first our sponsors, and really sharing the full list of partners for the conference. There's a number of WHO and Gavi people who are only back at work on Monday, so it'll come next week. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Reda, and we are sorry for taking about 5 minutes over time, but I think that this was a fruitful session. I want to thank you all the partners. I don't know if any last concern or last question before we part ways. If not, then I'll once again just say thank you very much for taking part. And just to note that we'll have these meetings weekly till the start of the conference. And do think about joining us for at least one of the rehearsal sessions on Hop-In. That's every Monday at 5 p.m. Geneva time. For those who are bilingual, you could as well join the Francophone sessions at 3 p.m. Geneva time. And thank you, Reda, for sharing the link on the chat. So I'm seeing a question from Liz, a deadline extended for participation. Do you mean registration to participate? If that is the case, I think the deadline was extended to the 10th. So Reda, I don't know if we'll have another extension after that.
Yes. So the secret is, and we'll share this only with partners, and is that the formal deadline. Yes, we're going to close on the 10th. There's still a lot of people coming back from leave. So we may extend to the 17th. And then what we'll do is shift to the conference platform. So you'll be able to get your ticket directly from the conference platform. But we know that if there isn't the urgency of a closing deadline, people sort of wait and miss, just miss it. So we want to make this is a big tent, and we want to be able to welcome anyone who's interested in really thinking about that capacity building agenda and how we can be stronger by through collaboration around these issues, and think more strategically about them as well.
Thank you very much, Reda. So really thank you for participating in this meeting. Looking forward to seeing you on Monday if it's possible for you, or next Friday at the same time. Bye for now.
Bye.